Well, I'm Bob Calvani, and I'm from Albuquerque, New Mexico. I grew up in Carlsbad, New Mexico, which is a little small town in southern New Mexico. And my dad was a flooring subcontractor. My dad always respected architects, and architects would come on site, and the whole crews would just kind of be quiet, and I'd go, "Who are these guys?" I decided I sure didn't want to lay carpet in vinyl asbestos tiles. So I decided I wanted to be an architect, and I did. I went off to school. And after I graduated from UNM, I moved to California. I worked for a lot of nice firms and having great mentors in California. Then I went to UCLA as a graduate school as my second professional degree back in about 1980. I started the firm with a partner. In our firm, we do work all over the state of New Mexico. We do a variety of projects, everything from housing and justice facilities, education, higher ed, clinics and things like that. And it's great because New Mexico is really made up of different cultures. Well, my firm is pretty diverse too, and we can relate to the diverse backgrounds of the community in the state. Our firm here, we have about 18 employees, and a lot of our employees have been with us for many, many years. I think that speaks well of our firm. With the young staff that we have here, things are constantly changing in this office. Incredible how fast things change. It's hard for me to even keep up with. I think having students work at a firm is extremely important. They seem to know more and more the things that we didn't know the year before. And to mentor younger people is something that every architect has an obligation to do. I think having my daughter, Molly, here in the firm is really special.
I'm learning so much more than I ever learned in school or even working in New York, being able to actually sit side by him and really watch and see how you run a successful architecture business has been really phenomenal.
I hope that my daughter continues the firm, so I have some kind of transition plan, and it's humbling to me that she would kind of follow in her dad's footsteps. I might be getting older, but it seems that our staff becomes younger and younger. And I enjoy that in our firm. However, I want and I demand that the work is done correctly. And if it isn't, I tell them that it isn't.
Can I get AXP credit for this?
A job that we're doing is a project for Albuquerque Public Schools in the Sandia Mountains. It's a off-the-grid project. It's difficult to build because of the terrain, and we actually had to dig part of one of the classroom buildings into the mountain. We teach the kids how the building works by showing places in the building where the batteries are from the PVs or the tanks are from the solar array. It's fun to see the kids and how they interact and enjoy that building. We do a considerable amount of higher ed work, and one of our clients is the C&M Community College located there in Albuquerque. The one building I think was kind of fun to do was the culinary arts. The building is LEED silver. And throughout the building, we have plaques that show how the building works to be sustainable. You know, the thing about architecture is that each project is different. And you really have to learn what the client needs and what the client wants to make them successful in their business. And in the 13 years that I've been involved, the NCARB has evolved. It's performing a whole lot better than it ever has before. I see what NCARB does every day in my practice, and I think that's valuable. I'm still on my New Mexico board, and so I can see the relationship between NCARB and a state board and how they can work together. I thought that the work that we did on committees was so valuable, and I saw the value in it every day.
He really is just passionate about the profession of architecture and making sure that the future of the profession is in good hands and that it's being regulated properly.
I just think that volunteering and giving to NCARB, there's nothing more valuable.